Happy Monday. Monday. You can trust that day. And special Monday, I guess, right? Because happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving Monday. I guess, things have already been happening over the weekend. You maybe got together with family and friends on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whatever. Did you get out to the Brigden Fair? Was that the Brigden Fair live streaming the Western Ontario Outlaw Lawn Tractor Racing at the Brigden Fair? And it was a beautiful day on Saturday to be out at the Brigden Fair, to be out anywhere, quite honestly, right? So if you're out there, you know what I'm talking about. It was so many people out there. It was a perfect day. The races were on. The horses were there. The midway, you could smell the popcorn. It's called Lambton County's largest fall fair at the Brigden Fair. So nice to see that. And we had motocrossers flipping in through the air, and it was really cool. If you want to see the video, it's on my Facebook page. It's also on my YouTube channel, The Show with David Burrows. You can see the races and the motocross, right? Motocross jumpers. And it was pretty crazy to be right there. And I was in the middle of it all where we were set up. It's like the races were here, and then they stopped, and then the motorcycles were right there, and we were right in the middle of it. We had the drone up in the air showing it was cool. It was very cool. Quite an experience. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you've been able to enjoy some time with family and friends. And if you're not around family and friends, maybe you're taking some time anyway to just be thankful. What are you thankful for? I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for my wife and my children, my opportunities in life, the things I get to do. And I'm thankful that you all come here and watch every week, even if it's not live. I just appreciate you taking the time to come here and watch. And please take the time to click the share button. The purpose of the share button is to help spread the message of the guests that I have on my show. I'm grateful for my sponsors, right? We've got a new sponsor that's come on board. Thank you to our friends at Blue Water Power. A group of companies have come on to sponsor us for an entire year here. Thank you so much. I'm super grateful for that. And I'm grateful to Joe's Discount Tire, of course, who's been a sponsor for several years. And here in Signs SWO, part of AG Event Graphics, the AG Event Graphics company, sponsoring us for over 10 years now. So thank you, Key, for that. I could go on. There's a long list, but I won't bore you with what I'm grateful for. I'm just grateful to be here, and I'm grateful to have so much in my life. So I could say more, but I'm not going to right now. Okay. There's lots to talk about. I'll tell you what I'll say I'm grateful for. To get back to the Sarnia Sting, of course, they come off really great out of the gate with 2 wins, one against the Kitchener Rangers and then Windsor, of course. And then they would come back to Sarnia, and the home opener just didn't go as well as they would have liked it to, taking a hard fall 7-4. Beaten by the Saginaw Spirit, and going into the third period, it was 7-0. So while this is more respectable than what we saw there, it was a tough go. But then they would come back on Sunday and yesterday, of course, and just take on the Sioux Greyhounds like they never have before. 6-2 final for the Sarnia Sting. And it was a great game. The fans were excited. And I got to tell you, Jake Borey and the team down there at the Sarnia Sting have done a fantastic job of creating the in-game experience. If you've not been to a Sting game yet this year, of course, you're going to have lots of opportunities, but don't wait. There's things happening at the games that are just very exciting for the fans, including the blimp that flies around, thanks to Huron Flight Services, and also supported by Liona Local 1089, the Laborers Union. So there's your scores for the Sarnia Sting. I'll be back there broadcasting live from the concourse on Wednesday. It's college night with Lambton College and the Sarnia Sting. And maybe you've seen the blue jersey that I wore. Well, they'll be showing more of that, and they'll be available on Wednesday at the Sting. And you can get your tickets by going online to sarniasting.com for that. Also coming up, of course, is that spooky season. I guess it's not all spooky, but spookiness is definitely a part of it. Halloween is making its way to us, and the Sarnia Street Cruisers have decided to get together once again and put on their Trunk or Treat. It's happening on October the 29th at Hiawatha. It's gotten so much bigger. They've got a bigger spot, Hiawatha, in the parking lot, and it begins from 4 and goes till 6. And they're going to have treats, and there's going to be lots of characters walking around, including characters from Star Wars and so much more. And we're going to have some of the ghouls and participants of that coming up. Likely next week, we'll have them here on the show, and they'll be able to give you all the details. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And only thing you got to do, there is a catch. There's always a catch, right? You got to bring something for the Inn of the Good Shepherd. Bring a canned food donation, and then you can bring your kids 12 and under to participate in the trunk or treat session. And I know there's a lot planned. It's not just going to be walk through, get some candy, see some cool cars. They're going to have a lot more than that going on, but we'll save that for when we get some of the ghouls here to talk about the trunk or treat that's being put on by the Sarnia Street Cruisers. Well, listen, Lambton 411 is something that's been created recently, and it's not super active just yet. We're building it up, and we're working on some things. We've done a little bit. Maybe you've got a taste of that. But if you want to be informed 24/7, go over and visit us on Facebook and Instagram, Lambton 411. Be sure to follow us, and so you get notified of news, local news updates, and other things, videos, etc., and all kinds of events that are happening. And it'll be running 24 hours a day. So make sure you go and follow for that. All right. Well, lots to be thankful for, and I hope you take time to sit around and be thankful and think about maybe some things. I know I sit around and I think about things I take for granted every day, which I don't mean to, but Dom Fernandes, my friend Dom Fernandes, Domingos Fernandes, you might know him as, I call him Dom. He's been a friend of mine for 28 years, and he's come through many obstacles. Now, you might have seen him here on the show before, so you might wonder, why would I bring him back here? He's continued to go through his journey, or I should say grow through his journey of fighting MS, and he's added more into his life, and this guy just keeps going. And he's super inspirational, and there's more to his story. And I wanted him to come here and share more of his story and why he's so thankful. So take a look at this interview with my friend Dom Fernandes, and then I'll be back with some more. Well, I'm really thrilled to have a friend of mine that don't get to see as much as we'd like, but we're both busy and got a lot going on. But my friend Domingos, or as I like to say, Dom Fernandes, joining me. How you doing today, Dom?
Pretty good, Dave. Yourself?
Pretty good. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
And same to you and to everybody else that's watching.
Yeah. I know I've had you on here before a couple of times, your story keeps continuing, and you've overcome a lot of obstacles. And I just thought, with Thanksgiving, we're supposed to be thankful for so many things, but you've got a lot to really be thankful for.
Absolutely. Just started going to college after 25 years of not being in school. I just got my first assignment marked back, and I scored an A+, 100% on it.
Awesome. Have you always been good at school?
No, not really. Only certain classes. But the social service worker course is something that I've now become quite passionate about.
Right. Now, what are you taking?
Social service.
Social service.
I'm going to be a social service worker.
Okay.
And my goal is to work with youths and teens and young adults.
Wow. I know you talked about that. You've talked about doing this for a few years, and you've finally been able to come around and do this. What got you to the point where you were able to go back to Lambton College?
The MS exacerbations had slowed down a little bit, but I've had a few since I enrolled. But I ended up having to extend the 2-year course to a 3-year because there was quite a bit to take on a full caseload the first year. So
yeah.
So I'm going to be just doing. I have 4 classes on Mondays now. I used to have a full workload all week, and I was up by 7:30 every morning, and some nights not home until 6:30, 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
So it was a little bit much. So get off more than I can chew, but I recognized it, stopped it, so I don't have that possibility of failing the course. I'd rather drop it and pick it up later and not fail it.
Okay. Now, obviously, you've got some limitations on being able to write or use a computer.
Yep.
So how do you manage that? How have you had to, or how do you adapt to doing
Um,
the work?
with most computers, you have like an on-screen keyboard,
Okay.
and I use that and wireless mouse. So as you can see, my hand's on the mouse right now.
Right. Yeah. Because you just
Yeah,
have movement in your
just
left
in my
hand.
left arm, yeah.
Yeah.
No real movement in my right arm unless it's spasms.
Right.
But
Now, are you getting along with everybody? Are you meeting new friends?
absolutely, I'm actually being recognized by students I've never met before, but they see me through social media. Like they follow me on quarantine sessions, and we have a group now on Facebook for the social service class that graduates in 2024. But now they're all following me in quarantine sessions now.
Nice.
So
You really have built quite a following, like I look back when I first kind of taught you how to go live online,
yep.
and then ever since then, you've just kind of taken off.
Yeah, I've actually as going to be trying to get one of the Talking MS shows in during my break on Monday if I can find a nice quiet spot in the college where I'm not disturbing anybody. And
Right.
it's going to be having Dolly and Anita on the show.
Oh, nice. Okay. I haven't talked to them in a while. How are they? Do you still communicate with them, obviously?
I still communicate with them. Dolly and her husband just opened up Hector's car wash and detail. And just seeing that they posted, they just got an award somewhere for the detail and car wash. And Anita, I talk to frequently through Messenger and just to keep in touch.
Yeah. And you've made a lot of friends online too. Like we've got some mutuals like Stephen Healy and Corinder and that. Does that keep growing? Do you keep meeting more people online?
Slowly but surely. But the ones that I mostly keep touch with are see online more is like yourself and Stephen and Brigetti and
Right.
Marco and Ricardo Grinder. So,
You are proof that we really only create our own limitations, right?
exactly, yep.
And everybody has bad days and stuff, but like you've just been able to find a way to push through. How have you done that?
I don't know. I just things I just when I look at it, when I try to achieve something, to me, how they say for every rescue 401, closure is not an option. Well, for me, failure is not an option.
Yeah.
So, and that's the way that's what I've been looking at as of late is that I'm not setting out to fail, I'm out to succeed.
Yeah. And you've made some great accomplishments too. This was a few years ago now, but you were able to write a book with the help of some friends, and My Journey with MS, A Long Road, and it's still available on Amazon.
Yes, it is. It's doing pretty good. I've actually, my youngest daughter, when she graduated to go to grade 9 last year, I actually donated 5 copies of my book to the school that she graduated from. And the principal said he would like to read it before put it in the library, and told him go right ahead. Kids can use it as a reading source or for research because there's a lot of information in there. And
it was there's, of course, you and I have been friends for 102 years now.
28 years.
28 years, yeah.
On my birthday, it was 28 years.
Wow, that's crazy. We've certainly experienced a lot together and been able to continue a friendship. Writing the book had its challenges, I'm sure.
It did.
What was the biggest challenge there for you?
The biggest challenge was trying to remember things, and when I couldn't remember to actually start jotting them down or whatnot and making different files.
Right.
I have so many files on my computer still from writing my book, things that I submitted to get into the book, and it's still all there. So I go back and look at it and kind of reflect and see how I can actually implement that to writing my next book. I've already got a title for it, and I've started some of it. But just to tease everybody a little bit, it's called An MS Patient's Survival During a Global Pandemic.
Wow, that'll be an interesting read for sure. How long did it take to, like, from start to finish, write the book and get it to Amazon?
I'd say about 2.5, almost 3 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So you don't just sit down and type out 50 pages and go, "Oh, that'll work."
No. It can be time consuming, and if you're not careful, you can actually overwhelm yourself to a point that you want to stop writing and then get writer's block.
And I know that, well, I've got it here, I'm pretty sure somewhere.
I still got to sign it for you.
I know, like, we've been only trying that for how many years? I've got it here somewhere. I just don't know where. It's around.
Yeah.
Not far away. There it is.
There you go.
I've got lots of books. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really great book. And what I enjoyed too was there's some pictures in there, etc. Did you must have had to do a bunch of digging to find those pictures for the book?
The one was actually at a Halloween costume party in 2009.
Okay.
My youngest daughter's mom and I and our group, we all dressed up as Scooby and the Gang. And we found a big refrigerator box, painted it up as the Mystery Machine and put straps on it. Threw that over top of my wheelchair, and I was Fred and the Mystery Machine. So that's one of the pictures that are in there.
It's a good read, and it's only like well, I don't mean to say only, but
it's about 97 to 100 pages.
Yeah, I got 78.
Yeah.
78 pages here.
Yeah, and then when you wrote the foreword for me, it really draws people right into the book.
Yeah, I really, that's really been my biggest writing experience, was writing the foreword for your book. And boy, the thought I had to put into that, right? Because, but I was glad that I was able to do that, and I appreciated you asking me. What's now music? You've been able to get out of the house and like go to, I think, like Refined Fool from time to time, and
I've been at Refined Fool
music with Derek Donkers, I think it is.
Yeah, I've been at Refined Fool 3 times with Derek, and then once at McCarthy's Southside. But if anybody wants to see the 2 first shows from Refined Fool, they can find me on YouTube. They're there.
Okay.
Under Dom Fernandes. The one video kind of got accidentally split in half, so it's 2 videos, and one's 9 minutes, one's 7 minutes. The second show got actually 47 minutes of the show. So, and it was a good time. Crowd there was awesome. Back then they actually had the food in there, but right now they don't have any food. So, actually the last time that I performed there with Derek, on our way back home, my girlfriend now, and I and her dad and her kids, they came to watch the show, and because they didn't have food there, I thought, well, I'm just going to buy some pizza. So I bought 4 extra large pizzas and shared it with everybody at Refined Fool. And on our way back home, there was a young lady that was sleeping on the bench in Veterans Park with a very thin blanket. It was very cold. So when I got back home with Melissa, I couldn't stop thinking about her sleeping on the bench with such a thin blanket, because temperatures dropped down to about 4 or 5 degrees.
Yeah.
So we came back here and loaded up a Ziploc bag with some pizza and got some bottles of water, and I grabbed one of my extra thick comforters, and we went back and we gave it to her and covered her up with the blanket, and she's a little taken aback by it, but she's very appreciative of it.
Yeah. Perspective, I guess, right? Our perspective on things really makes a difference in what we, how we deal with daily things, right? And for a lot of us, the things we take for granted really can be challenging for you, right? So, like, do you read books or things to get yourself in the right mindset of being able to come through it all?
I try to read what I can online because I can't open a book to read it. So
yeah.
But I try to do things repetitively, like doing my live streams and doing the karaoke and talking to people who want to talk to me through the group and the page. And I can't believe it's probably been 5-6 years since I opened the Talking MS page and group. So, and live streaming maybe the same amount of time.
Yeah. Now, this being Thanksgiving Monday, do you have plans today, or did you already have planned to do things on the weekend?
Actually got plans to go Monday. Thanksgiving Monday, I'm having dinner with my girlfriend's family. And then the following weekend, we're doing something at my mom's.
Very good. Very good. And you've got a lot of family support, fortunately, around you to help you with things too, right?
Yeah. All my family lives here in town except for my brother, Daryl. He lives out in Watford.
Right.
But yeah, all my family, they're all behind me 100%. So, well, there's one person, but we won't touch that subject.
You're very inspiring to a lot of people, from the book to just what you're doing, like, the live streaming and the singing and getting out of the house and now going back to school. Do you know that you're inspiring a lot of people?
I do. It's very humbling, but I don't know if you'd seen the tattoo that I posted there last weekend. I got the word now inspiration on the top of my on the side of my head.
Yeah.
And I also have a memorial tattoo for my granddaughter that was born stillborn. I got it on my jawbone, and still gonna add some more to that yet.
Right. Well, I know that, and it was pre-pandemic, so it's been a while that you were able to get out to a Sarnia Sting hockey game. A friend of mine reached out and offered tickets to you. Do you still enjoy the Sarnia Sting when you can? Like, do you watch it on TV?
Yeah, if I can get out, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I did see now that through the SAC program at the college, I can get tickets for the 12th for $10.
Right.
So
well, I'm gonna do you one better.
What's that?
If you want to go for the college night on October the 12th, I've got a pair of tickets for you.
Sweet.
So do you want to bring somebody with you?
Yeah, I might bring my girlfriend's son Aiden.
Okay. And what if I said I could give you 4 tickets? Would you be able to find 3 other people to go with you?
I think Melissa and Avery and Jed would probably go.
All right. Dom, I got 4 tickets to the Sarnia Sting, and that's courtesy of myself and the Sarnia Sting, so that you can get out college night. And we're going to see about a blue jersey for you as well.
Oh, sweet. That'd be great.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And I'll be there, so we'll have to do one of our famous selfie pics.
Absolutely, yeah. And I did watch. They had Jay Peckham with you the other night.
Yeah, he joins me. I can't get rid of that guy. He just wants to keep talking all the time. So, and he helps me. He helps me through when I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I did see your blue jersey when I was watching the.
Yeah.
I was watching.
What size would you take?
Me, it would be a 2XL.
2XL. Okay, I'll take care of that as well. So we'll see you on college night. You make your arrangements to get yourself there, and
Absolutely.
we'll spend some time with you in between my broadcasts as well. All right.
Sounds great. I appreciate that, Dave.
You're welcome. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. And don't
you
forget,
and your
folks.
family.
Sorry.
Said same to you and your family.
Yeah, appreciate it. We're gonna enjoy the time, and you can enjoy Dom's book, My Journey with MS: A Long Road. It's been out for a while now, but we still like to bring my friend Dom back here and update you on his story. He's gone back to Lambton College for school, and he's got plans for another book and more music. This guy just doesn't stop. Very, very inspiring. Ladies and gentlemen, Dom Fernandes. Thanks again, Dom.
Very welcome, Dave, and have a great weekend.
Dom Fernandes, a good friend of mine for 28 years. And Dom, as I said before, you're very inspirational to so many, plans for another book and more music, going back to school. And he still occasionally goes back into the hospital to fight off his MS attacks. But then he comes home and he just keeps going. So much I know Dom is grateful for in his life, and thankful to all of you for the support you've been able to give him. And I'm really proud to have him as my friend. So I hope you'll take the time to think about what you're grateful for. Before we go, I just want to mention that today is World Mental Health Day, and lots to be thankful for the fact that we have so many organizations in our community of Lambton County that you can reach out to and get support for mental health. Mental health is something that affects all of us. The numbers are 1 in 5, but a friend of mine once said it's actually 5 in 5, because whether it affects you directly or there's someone you know, it does affect all of us. Take the time to seek out help here in our community. There's lots of organizations that are confidential and willing to support you. Some are even available via text and telephone 24 hours a day. It's a simple Google. Take the time to seek out the hashtag World Mental Health Day. Post your stories, share your mental health struggles, if you will, to help others understand that they are not alone. And remember that you matter. Let's check out World Mental Health Day all over and spread the importance of support for World Mental Health Day. And before I go, once again, I want to say, of course, thank you to my sponsors, Blue Water Power, Joe's Discount Tire, and of course, Huron Signs, SWO, and of course, all of you. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I will see you next time right here in the show. Bye for now.